What's up, everybody? It's Big Blue Power Hour with Evan and Stacy. How you guys doing? How you guys doing
Hey,
tonight?
good. How are you? How's everybody doing?
I'm doing fantastic.
Fantastic. Now it's almost football season. First
Fantastic.
preseason game in the books.
Man, I'm getting all my recipes together for the first Sunday. Oh man, I'm gonna just splurge.
Right to the fucking food, Evan. Come on. Right to
I
the
am
food.
fat. You understand? The
I am
first
too.
I call it the first Sunday. The first Sunday, you do absolutely everything. You have because listen, we're gonna have 17 to 18 18 Sundays
Yep.
at least to have fun
Football.
and watch.
Eileen T
I
says,
Eileen,
am.
"Hi,
welcome back.
Stacy." I already saw the other two earlier. Yep. Saw us too. Just talking about gaming. But what did you guys think of the game? I'll go with you first, Evan.
Um, for our second and third stringers playing mostly, um, defense looked well, especially the second. The secondary played well. Um, the front line got a little bit of pressure to cause interceptions, which I liked. Um, what really impressed me, our third string can play. Our third
Yeah.
string can not just move like Daniel Jones, but he also can make a little bit better decision making too, and he doesn't get rattled in the
Yeah.
pocket. High Rod, his eyes down the field, and on that one play, Hyatt was open, but he still went 3 for 4.
Joe Sullivan says, I heard Deontay Banks is good. Yeah, on that Belton interception, Evan, he
Yeah,
actually made a
Yeah,
good
he
play.
actually had a.
You know,
Yep.
he had like one mistake, but Deontay Banks looked really good. He kept up with guys, kept on their hip. You know, he's got to work on some stuff, but he looked pretty solid. Pinnock looked solid. Looks
Yeah.
like Pinnock is probably going to be your start. It looks like he's going to be your starting safety.
Starting safety. Yeah.
I think he's looked good. I thought that Hawkins looked good. The fourth round quarterback pick. He looked
Belton
good. He
looked good.
tackled well. I thought both rookie corners looked good for being rookies.
They said Deontay Banks is CB #1 right now on the depth charts. But let's give it up for John Michael Smith too.
Schmitz
Zero
looked good.
Yeah.
pressure.
He looked
He
comfortable.
had a really good game.
Yeah, he looked like he looked comfortable. He had really no issues out there.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Yeah.
looked it was versus second team, but he looked solid out there. Schmitz is everything is
Cole
advertised. He looked
Beasley
absolutely
still
solid.
breaking ankles.
Yep.
Cole Beasley still breaking ankles.
I'm telling you,
Four receptions.
Cole Beasley is the guy that making the team.
Honestly, he had 4 receptions for 33 yards, but 2 of those receptions were for first downs.
Yeah, he had
So
two third and longs he converted.
yeah,
Beasley. I think Beasley will be a good depth use. I think
he's
he will make
definitely
it.
as a veteran. You need to keep him close.
I think
Same with
it's a smart move. I think he could get you 50 catches and play
Question.
well as a backup.
Question. Did anybody see Fort Wheaton? I didn't really. I watched the game over it, but I didn't see him much in there.
I
So
mean,
that's
not
it's not.
really. He only had like one catch. He only had a couple of targets. To be honest, he didn't look that good. But he didn't have Jones thrown to him. I don't know that might have made a difference. But
Yeah,
the guy who did play was DeVito, who went to Don Bosco near me. Don Bosco prep,
Yeah.
and then Sweeney, who had the touchdown, the tight end, went to
I was
Don
going to
Bosco
say there
prep.
was 2 of them on the
Yep, and
team.
they
that
both
to,
went to Don Bosco. So he was 15-24, touchdown and interception. He played well. Glowinski didn't play. Trey Phillips did play. Neal didn't play because of a concussion. None of the starters played, but Schmitz played. Hyatt played a little bit. He showed off his speed, but he didn't do much. Beasley played well. It looks like
Matt Pert played well on the left side too.
yeah. Parrott did all right. He did well. I thought that Azudu, besides a couple of plays, played well.
Yeah.
I think Bredesen did not play. Bredesen gave us that, but Glowinski didn't play. So some people
And
think
then
Glowinski's going to start over
I
him.
know Bellinger played a little bit too.
Bellinger played a little bit. Other than that, it was all
I didn't
second.
hear
Like
anything
Javarius
about
Owens
Bellinger.
played a lot. He was pretty physical. I like
Yeah.
the way he played. Flott, Flott,
Yeah. He
did
played
look good
also.
covering certain. I mean, it looks like Darnay Holmes is going to be the guy who's the slot corner, not Flott. That's what it's
Yeah.
looking like to me because Flott's kind of struggling still. Mike Earl says, "Hey Danny, Stacy, kid,
Hey,
what's going
Mike.
on? What's going on, Mike?" Let's talk about Giants football, but you can only take the glaring thing was the special teams is horrible, And here, like everyone wants to say, like Mike, look how red he is.
Well, what
Look
did
at
they
this.
call?
Look at
Look at my
this stare. Raffaciano posted this. He does good kind, but look at this death stare. Look at this death stare.
He's
All right,
pissed.
listen. He channeled his inner Coughlin when he just
Oh
started running.
my goodness. That's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of Tom Coughlin. It's exactly what it reminded me of. I was like, oh my
Go
goodness.
ahead, Pop. You're gonna want to hear. You're gonna say it. Coach Red Ass. That's what he calls Coughlin.
When Dable
No,
gets
it's
mad, he
Coach
gets
That
Red Ass
was.
number
mad,
two.
man. Oh my
Like I
goodness.
said earlier, I'm like, man, are you sure they didn't make that look more red? Because that's it looked like he had like a really, really, really bad sunburn, and then was
I don't know. It
pissed on
could have
top
been
of
the
that.
camera, but he's been out in the
That
sun a
she
bunch,
was
so he's probably
red.
got some sunburn also.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, no, they've been out. They've been out in Detroit's practice field and then the Giants practice field. All of it's under the sun. It's New Jersey
Yeah.
and all this.
that could be
So
another reason the Stars didn't play. Maybe they just got a lot of their work done. Full pads versus the lines in practice 2 or 3 days, and they
listen,
felt that that's enough.
this preseason game don't mean shit. This is for cameras and get everybody excited for the
Right.
season. This is a glorified scrimmage.
Yeah, the second one and third one are a little more important, especially for depth. Certain guys
Which
will make it
definitely do that,
regardless.
but
Well, you know
unless
what?
you're getting your starters warmed up, you know who your guys are.
Mike Lauro says, dude, his head was red as hell. Coach Redhead. Oh my goodness. I was like, oh man, but that guy, McGahee, that special teams coach, he's
Correct, yes.
lasted 3 regimes. Somehow, some
Somehow.
way, he's been with us since like McAdoo or something like that. Like something like that.
From
I'm
McAdoo.
surprised. Yeah, he's survived like 2. It's his 3rd regime.
It's gonna sound weird,
He's
but
survived.
I bring which call back first. Last coach.
I don't remember who the special. What was
No,
it?
that's first team. One from New England. We just fired. Fuck.
Judge?
Judge. Yeah, I
No,
bring
that
Judge back.
Judge is a special teams coach.
Oh.
No, he was a special team
He
in
is
New
a
England
special
for
teams
years.
coach, but I don't
Isn't
think
he-
Shane will
he's
be,
back
be,
in
be
New
interested
England,
in doing
though.
any of that.
I
Yeah,
don't
he's back
think
in
he.
New England.
Yeah, he wouldn't leave there to come back.
Dude, it was an argument between Patricia. We gotta remember though, his defensive, not defense, his special teams
Mm-hmm.
was actually ranked all right when he was with the Giants.
Yeah,
Our
last
special
year
teams
they
had
were
like
bad
two,
special teams wise, especially coverage
Yeah,
wise.
but special teams coordinators, they don't really do much. So it's hard for them to get better coaching
Well,
jobs.
Just have a good special teams unit. That's all I care about. But
He let up
he played well, but
one
so.
touchdown. Like guys
Nico
are acting like
Spencer says, "Hey everyone, there's a massacre versus the Bronx.
shut up,
Braves 8-2. Oh yeah,
Spencer.
the Braves are kicking ass,
Ugh.
kicking ass.
it's
Tomahawk chopping through those Yankees. Oh no, it's the last team the Yankees want to play.
Like, what do we expect here?
Oh yeah.
All right,
Hopefully
Dan.
we say, oh
Better
yeah,
watch
about the
it, Dan.
Giants.
Oh,
They
yeah.
had Greg returning kicks. He averaged 20.7 per return. So I thought he did well. Colin Johnson is hurt again. Hurt again, unfortunately. I do feel bad for him, but he just cannot make it through one preseason ever.
That's
Ever.
horrible.
Well, what's his injury this time?
What I was just gonna say, what is it? Is it?
It's something
he out for
nagging.
the
I didn't
season?
see what it was. I know Cordell Flock got hurt. He's got like an abdomen injury.
Is it like going to be a permanent? Like he's going to be out for the season again?
No, I don't think so. But with Colin Johnson, you just never know with him. He's always getting hurt, getting banged up, or something like that. James Robinson didn't look very good. He looked kind of sluggish.
Yeah, Aaron Robinson.
Yeah, the running back. They were son.
James Robinson.
Yeah, James Robinson. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't
but
think
he
he'll
was
make it.
He was sitting on his ass for like 3 months. Like,
Yeah, so I don't know. They just brought as much depth in as possible.
I'm
Hyatt,
saying, man.
like I said, didn't do much. Beasley looked good. I think Beasley will end up making it, but I know it's one preseason game, but he's like a blanket. Like he's like a possession guy that could get open and move the chains. He's a move the chains type of guy, and nothing wrong with having a guy like that. That's why I think he's going to make it. But
That's a
for
great
Wheat,
wall.
didn't look very good. Crowder played well.
Well, hold up. That Detroit defense is good. Let's put it up there.
Yeah,
They had
but
good.
second
They
and
had
third
good depth.
stringers, but Crowder played well. Hyatt, you really didn't see much, but you saw a little bit of his speed. He was open a couple plays, but you need a full
Yeah.
game plan to get him like integrated and everything.
I don't think we're going to see him this preseason. I think they're going to keep him and let him explode during the season.
Thoughts on Zeke? Meiko says thoughts on Zeke to the Patriots, Cook to the Jets. Just go buy underdog bet on DraftKings. I think that's a good pickup
8.6
for the
billion
Jets.
for Cook.
I think
8.6 for
8.6.
one
That's not
year.
a bad number for him.
For
It's
1
not.
year, and
It's not
Zeke
for
got
him.
6. Yeah, I think.
Cook with Rodgers if he could stay healthy.
Well, they just traded Elijah Moore.
That's all right.
So they traded Elijah Moore, and then you have
Yeah, but they have Garrett Wilson. So Garrett Wilson's their number one guy.
who is the running back that is coming back this year?
Brees Hall.
Brees Hall, yeah. So a 1-2 punch with them is kind of reminding me of like how Burkhead and Blunt were. One
Yeah.
power back and one speedy back. And
Yeah, I think it's a good signing for them.
the AFC East, I think is going to be what the NFC East was last year, where you just have all 4 teams or all 3 teams are in it, and then you have the Patriots who are the odd man out. I don't, man, I don't know if Bill O'Brien's going to put that team back together, that offense back together, but they have nobody. They have no weapons. Their defense is the only thing that keeps them in games. And
what do you think about Zeke going to the Patriots?
I
think I'll have them on the goal line, but I don't think he's going to be like a bell cow for them or nothing. He might help him. I knew eventually he'd go somewhere. I don't think it's the worst signing for them, but he's not going to be your star.
I got a question for you. Now, me and you were on here earlier just BSing, and before we went to Golden State Junkies, and I was watching NFL Network, and the guy was predicting our record for the year. Now, I watched the whole NFC East's record predictions. They have the Eagles going 12-5, Dallas 10-7. I believe they have Washington at 8-9, and they have us at 9-8. Here's the funny part. They have every team in the NFC East splitting 1-1 with all their counterparts. They have the Cowboys and Giants. Cowboys win the first, we win the second, which means we each beat each other at home. Okay. They have the Eagles and Giants splitting. They beat us the first one. 2 weeks later, we beat them. They have Washington beating not just the Eagles once, but the Cowboys and Giants once, all at home, all away. I'm sorry. That made no sense to me because we've had a bad record against the Cowboys and the Eagles the last 2 years.
Yeah.
The Redskins for the last few years were only like 10 for the Eagles.
But the only team they play well against in the division is the Reds. Is Washington.
No, they play the Cowboys very tough.
No,
it's just
us.
we can never
Success-wise. You've had no success with the Cowboys or Eagles.
They've always. It's kind of like Pittsburgh and the Flames and Flyers for that stretch. Yeah. We can be up by a touchdown going into the fourth, and they'll just come back and fucking win it.
But I never listened to the media pundits or predictions.
I want to get your opinion, but I don't see us going 10-9-8. I see us going 10-7, 11-6.
I think at least 10-7. I think I said 11-6.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Early on, which is kind of old,
wild card spot. We did. I think we get the last wild card.
Megan says, remember, next week is trash talk time, Thursday at 7. You already know. The team at the bottom each week must wear a dunce hat during the show. I ain't wearing anything. I ain't wearing nothing. Okay?
Whoa. By nothing, what do you mean?
We don't do that on this show. You have to wear something.
No dunce hat. You're not going to put on
I
a
will
dunce hat, right?
mock
That's what you mean.
Tony
Because
Romo.
remember,
How
this
about
is
that?
a PG-13 show.
I will wear a tube
We'll get
top,
banned for that,
a
Dan.
halter top like Zeke did.
Or Kyler Murray.
Kyler Murray. I
Oh
saw
my
what he
God!
wore. I was like,
Did
what is
you
this
see
guy
that?
wearing?
Did you see the
It looked
meme
like
with
it
it?
looked like a
It said
female sports
Kyler Murray's
bra.
been watching too much. He said
But
it said
I
he was
wanted
watching too much of the
so
what was the
It looked
Adam
like a
Sandler
female
movie,
sports
the
bra.
football one, The Longest Yard.
what? Oh yeah, I've
No,
seen that.
you're talking about no, you're talking about where he plays college football for
No, that's
Florida.
Woodward.
Waterboy.
Yeah. But no, I was saying that the NFL predictions because
Oh yeah,
some of the games they had us losing. They had us going 1-5 or 1-4. They had us losing
Oh
to
God,
the
I
first
hope not.
Cowboys game. I
Like
see that. I can see
starting
that.
out 1-4. I hope not. Jeez,
And then they
people
have us losing
panicking.
to San Francisco week 3 when they don't know there's a quarterback.
At least that's only if I can
Okay,
pierce your belly button. No,
so they got us losing
God.
against a team that don't have a quarterback right now. They have us losing against the Seahawks, and then they have us losing
Seattle's
another
good.
game after that. But having us beat the Bills at home,
I don't know. I hope they don't start one
that
and
yeah.
makes
four.
no sense. And then losing to
It's
the
happened.
Jets, it's
It's
never
happened
going to
before.
happen.
People are like, see, there's that slump. See, Daniel Jones ain't shit. See,
Yeah.
should have
So,
given him all that money.
and
Doesn't do one
then
and four. They
after
start
week
1-4.
8, we go 6-2, or 6-2, only losing to the Eagles once, and I believe Washington once. And I think we're 9-8. I said, I can't.
I think they're
Like, but
basically. I think they're basically on. Sometimes you have a sophomore slump, but I think they'll win 10 games at least. I think they'll win a couple games they
even
lost last year. They'll win. Well,
okay, we lost Stacy, but
let's see.
that's,
So Stacy has hers from the special class in high school. Special ed, you mean? LOL. All right, just got in from Philly. Got to eat. Starving. I got 2 cheesesteaks. Oh my goodness.
I want
And
to.
lamb halal. Stop making me hungry, man. Like, come on. Like, don't come
I ain't
on
gonna lie.
you're making me hungry,
Those
man.
those, those halal trucks doing Philly. Oh my god!
Oh my
Get some
goodness.
lamb halal with a salad and some white sauce over some rice. It's like a $7 platter and it's worth it.
All right, while we're waiting for Stacey to come back, let's do one of our sponsors. You could do your favorite one.
Are you a fan of baseball? Then Dugout Mug is a great collector's item to get for you and your family. I, for one, am be getting one for myself. I am a huge Red Sox and Phillies fan, but the way they make these are so cool. It's designed at the top of a bat, and they bore out the middle and make it into a mug with your team's insignia on it, or you can get custom made ones with your own logo on it. I can see a few out of the box ones in my house soon. And when you order using our code OOTD Sports 20 at dugoutmugs.com, you get 20% off your order. Like I said, these things are sturdy, they're fun to drink out of, and it's a cool novelty item. Instead of paying, $20 for a plastic cup that has the schedule on it at the ballpark, you get yourself one of these. Something that's sturdy, lasts, and looks a hell of a lot better. Look at that wood finish on those. They look amazing. They're amazing quality. Hit them up at dugoutmugs.com. Use our code OOTD Sports 20 and get yourself 20% off. Thank you guys. I know I'm getting one. What about you, Dan?
Absolutely, absolutely. I'm getting one. I actually have one already, and they're pretty
See,
awesome.
look at that. Next Monday, you'll see more of them.
Yep, I need to get myself a custom made one.
Can't see it, Dan. There you go.
I need to get myself a custom made one. That's what
I
I
can get.
need next.
Oh, man. But yeah, man, I was watching that earlier, and they got us. They're like, "Oh, well, you guys were lucky last year." I'm like, "How are we lucky?" I'm like, "We played great teams, and we came out on top.
Yeah,
Played Baltimore,
for
played
them to
Green
be
Bay,
7-1 is pretty impressive.
and what they'll do is they'll talk about how the injury bug hits Miami or they talk about how the Dallas was injured
Well,
at the
that's the
beginning of
one
the year.
thing. Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, they were, and you're absolutely right. The injury bug did hit them. But what about when the Giants went on a 4 game streak with no backup quarterback on a third offensive line, no wide receivers last year,
Oh, the
and still
wide
made the
receiver room
goddamn
was
playoffs?
horrible.
But they never mentioned that for the Giants. They never mentioned that we are the most injured team the last decade.
Yeah. I
You
mean, what
know,
they
and
did last
I'm
year was impressive with what they
it's
had.
very impressive. And they're talking about,
Oh,
oh, it was blind luck. They really got their ass handed to them. We got beat by the NFC champs, a team that's very well built. I
yep.
hate saying it about the Eagles, but they're very well built. They're one of the best GMs in the goddamn league. He pulls
Yeah.
these miraculous traits out his ass.
Yep. And their passing
Yeah,
offense was like 15th or 16th last year, surprisingly. It wasn't like
exactly.
at
And
the
they're like,
bottom.
oh
Surprising.
well, Saquon's your only weapon.
He was
Yeah,
40% of the offense, but they had nobody else. It was J.L.
exactly.
Jones's legs, Daniel Jones making plays when he had to, and Barkley coming up big when he needed to. That's what
You know,
that's
and
what it
then
was.
we
That's
go
how they
in
won.
to Minnesota the last games of 2 weeks before the season ends,
Yeah.
and we lose by a field goal. I said it right there. I said we're going to win if we have to play them in the playoffs.
Their passing offense got better. In the last 4 weeks of the season, they really started to catch on.
And
Hodgins started to catch on. They started to get a rhythm and get some identity about them, which they didn't have most of the season last season.
yeah,
Last year.
and with the injury bug, we faced Seattle injured. We faced Detroit injured. We that first Washington game where we tied, we faced them injured. The
Yep.
second Washington game, we faced them again injured, but we were able to come out on top. It was a low scoring game, but that's perseverance.
Yep.
Everybody else perseveres and makes it through, but let the Giants be injured and do
Welcome
something.
back,
Oh, they're
Stacey.
lucky.
Thanks.
Yeah, I,
Sorry.
I, I
Oh,
would
I had
say
to
they're
reset the
lucky,
router.
but there's always some luck involved in any season. It just happens that way. The helmet catch,
yeah, I
just the
understand
way
that.
it is. But
But
I think for what
people
they did
forget.
last year is impressive. Now take
If
another
you
Yeah.
step.
go from the year 2000 to 2000, let's say 12, when they won the two Super Bowls,
Yeah.
they have not talked bad about this. They did not talk like that, like this to this franchise that has been one of the juggernauts of the last 30 years. Same thing with the Patriots, the Cowboys, the Eagles, the whole NFC East except for
Yeah.
Washington. Really, even the Cowboys have been relevant in the playoffs through the last 20 years.
Yeah.
They haven't made it far, but a 13-3 season where they were hoping for Cowboys and Patriots in
Hmm.
'07. There's been some favorite towards the NFC East. For them to talk to us like we're the Browns,
But I
yeah,
like that. I like them overlooking us being the underdog. Just like in '07, just like 2011, just overlook
yeah, but
us.
I don't like treating that whole prestige. Like, let's be honest,
Yeah.
there's about 8 prestige teams in the league that
Yep.
no matter what, they're always going to be the same. That's Pittsburgh, Dallas, the Giants, the Packers, the Bears, the
Yeah.
Eagles,
Just the way it
and
is.
if
Well,
that those are teams that will never move. They'll never, Washington's probably one of those teams. That's some of the oldest fan bases, and you're acting like they've been trashed like they're the Lions for 40 years.
well, that's how media pundits are. It's just some people in the media
No,
are
that's
going
the
to be
whole
like that.
media. Like, I'm like, there's no respect for the Giants and what they've like. Yeah, they had a bad
I know
10
what you're
years
saying.
where they had bad management, and they got rid of was it Reese? They got rid of Gettleman. They had two bad GMs, four bad coaches. One coach coming out of his time, and two or three of them that didn't hit the stride right.
I think that some people would just want to see it some consistency before they put faith in the Giants organization just overall because they've been so bad. Now, I think
But what
that's
about like teams like the Bengals who were bad for 6, 7 years and they didn't say nothing to them? Or
yeah.
teams when the NFC West was trash, or the NFC South got a division winner with 7-8 or so. Yeah, 7-7 and
Avion
one.
L says, "Hey, what's going on, blue team?
You know what I mean?
What's
And
up,
then
other
it's
blue team?"
all now. And then when all was like I said, the NFC East was a powerhouse for 20 years.
Well, I'm
We
glad
have
it's
one
returning
bad
back to being that.
Yeah, and people tend to forget that. And then we have one bad year where all bad teams were, every team was struggling somehow. Well, COVID and the bad. Oh, we're 6-8-1 or we're 6-7, and we had to make the playoffs, something like that, or six or
Yeah.
ten.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, it's the NFC least. No, it's not. It's one time in this team's history that not one team was good.
Yeah.
Like every division goes through this. And I'm glad the NFC East is back on the shit and that every team's good. You know why? The rivalries are better.
Yeah.
You
It's
know,
about time, right?
the plays mean more. Everything. Oh, like
Mhm.
you said, I want to see Washington pick themselves up because it is a historical franchise. I'm
Yeah.
glad they got new ownership. I'm not rooting for them, but I'm rooting for them to get better.
Yeah. It's about time they're better ownership. I think they'll be. Hopefully it's a start of
It's
a
going to
new
sound
era
weird
for
to say
them.
this. I want to see those, 9 and 8
Mhm.
seasons, 8 and 9 seasons,
Yeah.
where every team is surrounding each other or close by because one,
Yep.
they play the best. They got to play three good teams. That's 6 games right there.
Yep.
So you have to play 6 crazy games a year, no matter what. Back
Yep.
in like the late 2000s, when the Eagles, what was it? This is the first time in what 2 years? Oh no, it's
All good competition. That's the best thing about it. The
exactly
competition is the best part about it.
the only place I've seen that is the NFC or AFC North. The
Yeah.
only other place I've really seen something like that. Where
Mhm.
was it? I don't know if it's still going or not. But has there been a new winner or the same winner since like 2004? There hasn't been a back-to-back winner still. I'm not
Talk
sure if
about
that's
Super
still up.
Bowl? No, I don't think so.
No, not Super Bowl. For division for the NFC East.
I don't think so. Usually it's different every year.
Yeah, I'm saying I didn't know if the Eagles broke that this year. I'm not sure if they went back to back yet.
I don't think they won it the year before, but usually every year it changes hands. Usually there isn't a
Yeah,
back-to-back winner in the division for a lot of years in a row.
yeah, and that's what I'm saying. The NFC West, it's going to be okay this year. We'll see how the Rams bounce back.
Rams will
The
bounce
team,
back, I think.
I want to see the Giants. They still got a third place schedule, so they made it to the playoffs with a third place schedule and still had the opportunity to play third place teams all year and still got to face off against them, which I'm glad to do. I really am because all these other teams got to play number ones. Dallas has to play other number twos.
Yeah, we
So we
already
start.
have certain positions solidified, like Barkley, Williams, Thibodeau, Dexter Lawrence, DJ. There's Saquon. There's a lot of guys that are just set. Andrew Thomas, Schmitz. That
You
now it's the
know,
rest of the offensive line's got to improve.
Hurt might be setting himself up for another chance. He's playing a little bit better.
I
I
still
still
think
like
he's
him.
going to be a backup. I think Pert he still has to
Yeah,
work on his feet, but I still think he's going to be a backup. I don't think he'll start.
yeah. And like I said, I'm hopeful for Pert because coming out of UConn for the third round, there was a lot of put on him. Shane Lemieux was like a fifth-round pick, so that's kind of more
Okay,
experimental
Lemieux's another
territory.
guy. What are they going to do with Lemieux? Cunningham didn't look very good. The backup. Ozzuto had a couple bad plays, but looked solid. Schmitz looked really solid. Thomas will be fine. Evan Neal really is the question mark. I think Schmitz will be fine. And then finding out who are going to be the guards. I think Ozzuto might end up being one guard, and Glowinski will end up being the other guard. He didn't play though.
We'll see on that one. Like I said, I
Yeah,
wouldn't mind moving Pert inside because
I want to see
Pert is
paired at guard at right guard, not left guard.
yeah, him and Neil, if he helps out Neil on that right side, it should help Neil boost up a little bit and develop
Yeah,
a little bit faster. That he doesn't have another person. Well, he's got somebody that's just as big as him on the inside,
yeah.
and he's fast enough to be on the inside. He's not fast enough to be on the outside.
No, he's definitely not fast enough or strong enough to be on the outside. That's Neil's
Well, the
spot.
problem, the
So
problem we've had in the last couple of years is that center, that gap. As soon as they make a pocket, that inside collapses.
having
And we've seen,
Schmitz is going to make a world of difference in the run game. And also Schmitz was good in the pass set. He looked. No one really got by him last night. It's the second and third team. It's not the starters, but his pass protection was really solid. Like
Well,
Schmitz,
he's gonna go against the second best defensive tackle in the league. So like every play he's got to go against somebody who's gonna, you know, I watched him go against Declan Lawrence. Declan Lawrence pushed him back 4 yards, but guess what?
he
He
didn't get
didn't get
by
back.
him.
He
I'd
didn't
like
get
to see
by him.
Schmitz in a game versus the Eagles versus Dallas versus those bigger fronts.
Yeah,
Even just to see how he does. If he gets pushed around,
I
but
would,
he's not the best athlete, but technically he's very sound.
I would
Schmitz,
love
I'm
to see him
very
go
excited
against.
about.
Like I know he's a rookie, but you got to place him against the best, and the Eagles got the best defensive line.
Yeah, Schmitz
I want
played.
to see.
Schmitz played a lot. Like they
I
had him
want
out
to see
there a
him
good
go
amount.
against. I want to see him go against.
Yep.
What's it, Jalen
Jalen Carter.
Carter here.
Jalen Carter, Cox, the whole interior offensive line for the Eagles and Dallas. They're
I
they're
want to see him
both
go against him.
pretty good.
Not saying he's going to demolish on Eagles fans, Tommy Roll.
I just want him to
Not saying
hold
that,
up.
but I
He's
really
gonna have his fuck ups,
iron.
but
I always believe iron sharpens iron. So if you go against the best, you're going to be the best because you know what it takes to stop the best.
he's been as advertised so far
Yeah.
from the little bit I've
So
seen.
Andrew Thomas, I want to see him go against that line. I want to
Thomas will
see,
be fine. He's
like I said,
beast.
Daniel Jones has been playing the Eagles better and better and better every year. He's been
Mhm.
playing Dallas better and better and better every year. He's
Yeah,
never had
he's
the
had some
help.
rough games, man.
Like, think about it. It was 10-3 or 10-7 before he got hurt the year before.
Yep.
And
Oh, the
last
year
year, what
before when they
happened?
got hurt and they got demolished the rest of the
Yeah,
game. Oh my
seven out
goodness.
of 11, 7 out of 11 starters get hurt on the offense. And they're like, oh, well, this was typical. Giants lost in typical fashion. They get blown out. I'm like,
Oh,
mention the fucking injuries.
like at that season, like once like Jones went down, you went to every game. Like, oh, they're gonna get blown the fuck out. They're gonna get their asses kicked. They are
Yeah, but
not gonna survive like through the front. You're like, oh fuck, this game's over. You just expect it with
like
Fromm
I
and
hear people, hear these,
Glenn.
I hear these fucking personalities. They're like, oh yeah, we expected this to be. I'm like, they were winning going into halftime before he got hurt. The fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, without Jones, they're
I'm like,
screwed.
he was pulling shit off and winning. He got hurt. A lot of his starters got hurt.
Yeah,
I said,
that was the game where Tony had like 189 yards and they didn't do anything the rest of the way for us.
after he got hurt, yeah. I'm like, the fuck are you talking about? It went the way you expected. 7 out of the 11 starters got hurt. What are you supposed to do?
Well, that's the way pundits are. That's why I don't really pay attention to them. I'm like, oh fuck,
Oh my
what
god!
that
Like
person
it
said.
you just want to take them and be like, did you watch the game or did you just see the fucking stat line and that's
Well,
why I don't
let's
think
touch
they
them
watch
all.
any of the games. They come into work like, oh, these are the talking points. Okay, let me see it. Okay, and they sit there and just spew out the just most toxic bullshit ever.
Yeah, I don't even listen to it. I don't even pay attention to it at all. I'm like, oh, whatever. Like everyone's
It-
talking shit all the time,
I'm
especially
like,
before the
I
season starts.
fucking
Oh, the
because I
Giants are
don't.
gonna do this. Oh, the Giants are shit. Oh, it was a fluke. Oh, blah 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 blah. I
Yeah,
don't give a
and
shit.
now
I don't care.
like I used to be a big fan of Colin Cowherd. I was a big fan of Undisputed and
Colin
all that.
Cowherd's annoying.
He's a fucking moron
And
now.
he said
Like
he made that comment. I think was he the one that made that stupid comment about Haskins?
yeah, he's like these are 20 quarterbacks that won't ever win
Yeah,
a
what
title.
the hell?
And he's like Dwayne Haskins on it, and he's like,
Sean
yeah, I don't think.
Killian says, "What's up, guys? What's going on?" He says, "Danny Dimes turned out a documentary quarterback. You see that? Oh, I didn't know. I did not know that.
I was
I
talking about
didn't,
for the quarterback series on Netflix.
yeah, I didn't know he was offered. That's interesting. I like him. He just wants to focus. That's
And
why.
the funny part is, there's a
What I
lot of
like about
quarterbacks
him.
in the league. There's a lot of quarterbacks in the league that like. There's been rumors that like a few top quarterbacks
Yeah,
they like Daniel Jones and the way he plays, and they think he plays well. Then there was a rumor it was like one of the scouts from like a high end team. It was an article posted, and I read it. It was like anonymous source from high scouts say that a few
they don't
quarterbacks mimic Daniel Jones' movements and playing. I said, oh, that's cool. Like he made an impact on the league somehow.
Yeah,
And, it's funny because Giants Twitter, I follow a few guys, and they made like a little spoof to the NFL, the Netflix series, the
Yeah.
quarterback with Patrick Mahomes.
Uh-huh.
He's like, yeah, he's my favorite quarterback, and they spliced in Daniel Jones, and I just started dying laughing.
Pretty funny.
And it was like him when he did like the 80-yard run and tripped and fell. He's like, man, he can just do so much. He's just amazing. And I was like dying laughing. I was like, he's really, yeah, man, asshole do that. But it's pretty funny.
Says Sean Kilroy says, just like Joey said, the Epic's going to be a special hell of a core. I mean, he looked. I mean, for his first game, he got beat on one play, but he stays on the guy's hip. He closes fast. He made that one play where Belton had that interception. I like what I saw for a rookie. Him and Hawkins both look like good picks so far.
Imagine Trey Hawkins, which is a fifth round pick or sixth round
Fourth
pick.
round, fourth rounder.
Fourth round
Trey
pick.
Hawkins the third. You look good. Javarius
Yeah,
Owens
I
looked
was
good. He
thinking.
looked aggressive, like he's a safety. They took him like the sixth round, and he also played well. He played aggressive. I like that kind of play. But I'm excited to see Banks.
I'm excited. Like I said, my man on that defense, the young guy like is Dane Melton.
And he's like
I like,
6'2", 6'1".
yeah, and like his body build reminds me of like the Sean, not Sean Jackson, fucking Brian Dawkins. Like he has that just solid look to him, and I'm
Yeah,
like, imagine putting him as a hybrid linebacker and just letting him wreak havoc on runners. I'm like, he can wrap up and tackle.
yeah.
Like
That's
he
probably the
really has
biggest. Yeah, that's what I like about him. He's fundamentally he's really solid. He's a work on his feet, playing man, but he's got enough speed and enough closing speed to close the gap if he makes a misstep. But I'm interested to see how he plays versus like the Cowboys, versus the Eagles, versus Washington, versus those really elite wide receivers. I'm
yeah,
interested to see how he develops. I think Hawkins, you don't know if Adoree John's going to be here in the next couple of years. I think those two picks,
yeah,
Hawkins could be a surprise pick.
yeah. I'm just watching some of the plays now. You know, well, right here where Tyrod Taylor rolls out to the right and decides to run it.
Yeah, Tyler
You
Taylor
know,
had people open, but he if it was Jones, there was a couple routes Hyatt was
yeah,
open,
but
but
if you look at the camera
Taylor didn't
behind
see
you,
him. You know,
where he had to place that ball to get the both of them, they
tough.
could
Yeah,
easily been, it was a tough throw, especially on the run, and I don't think
there
he
was
could
an
have
over
fit
the
it in
top. There
between.
was an over the top play where he might have been open if he throw it towards the corner of the end zone. But
Yeah.
it's preseason. That's Jones. Maybe he throws that, but Hyatt, you need a whole game and the game plan to really. He's going to have set plays for him.
Oh, they let Hawkins play. Okay.
But I like the all
Wait,
22.
Beasley's playing with number 9, and they have Gano with 9.
Yeah, because he's the kicker, special teams. So he's not offense or defense. So I think you're allowed to do that. I think.
They should have Carter Coughlin on the team.
I think so. Yeah.
I think
Yep.
they let him go for 2 years ago.
McFadden is still there. McFadden made a couple good plays versus the run, but he struggled in other areas. Got pushed around a little bit.
All right, our run defense needs a little bit of work.
The run defense
So,
was 31st last year. Giants were 31st versus the run,
yeah,
which is pretty shitty,
that's
especially up the
yucky,
middle.
man. This rap
Jordan
all
Riley,
over.
only Jordan Riley helps, and Robinson helps, and Roche. Hopefully, those guys help more. You got Lawrence and Williams.
Yeah.
I think that they have Ojolari Thibodeau. The other inside linebacker, I know who it's going to be next to Okirike because he
How did
played.
Devers play?
He did all right. You're right. He didn't really play a lot. I mean, they play you know, mostly second and third string guys. But I'm interested who's going to be that other middle linebacker: McFadden, Darren Beavers, or are they going to go sign somebody?
Yeah.
It's possible they could take someone off the waiver wire. Jared Davis,
I wonder
Baldonado,
how
the undrafted guy.
uh, Cole Beasley. Ah, man, he's just killing them.
Beasley's will make it. Like he's an experienced veteran, and he'll help move the chains and get first downs for the Giants. I think. I'm going to do a sponsor. Monkey Cult Coffee. They make great flavor-infused coffee. They have a bourbon chocolate chip flavor and toasted coconut rum flavor. Use the promo code OTB Sports at the checkout to get 10% off your order at monkeycultcoffee.com. They make T-shirts. They make a cold brew maker, travel mugs, an excellent coffee. They also make, I think they have the K cups, the individual K cup, so you can reuse it, put your own coffee grounds in. But monkeycultcoffee.com, they always come out with new flavors all the time. So check them out once again. Use the promo code OTB Sports at the checkout to get 10% off your order for Monkey Cult Coffee. Like I said, it's nice to see the Giants in uniform, see them play a game, even though it's preseason. You see a lot of stars. I was looking at Schmitz. I'm glad I got to see Schmitz. He looked good. Banks and Hawkins looked good. Gray looked good, returning kicks. Zuda looked all right. Other than that, the rest of the offensive line wasn't that good. But what do you expect from your second and third string guys?
Second string, you gotta step up.
Yeah.
I'm watching the touchdown play now, and it looks like Perk got pushed really crazy. I know Sweeney's coming from. He's Dawson Knox's backup. Well, he
Yeah.
was.
Yeah, I had no idea who he was, but I'm like, who is that?
Yeah, that's why I thought he was going to be a backup to Bellinger until they signed Darren Waller. I was like,
Yeah, well,
oh, wait a minute, wait a
Waller,
minute.
now Bellinger's your number two, but then you have Myrick, who plays tight end, and then you also have Pager, and then him, and one other guy, I think.
Kager, you mean? Kager?
Kager, however you say it. Yeah, a couple touchdowns last year. Yeah, the guys on the bubble are Colin Johnson, Ford Wheaton, Pimpleton.
I didn't even
Harris
see
Campbell
Phil
probably makes it. He didn't really play.
Dude, Perk got fucking beat on that.
Yeah,
Dude,
so
all he did was fucking touch his
Parrott's still getting beat. So what's he gonna be? You know what I'm saying? Like that's the question about him. Is Parrott gonna be able to do anything, or is he?
All that dude did was touch his shoulder pads.
Yeah, he's just
Bull
not
rushed
strong
him.
enough. Yep.
Dude,
Yeah.
you're 6'5", 6'67". How
Yeah,
the
but
fuck are you getting beat by
it probably has to do with his feet. His footwork probably sucks. His steps. He takes a wrong step one way, he's screwed. You got guys that are trying to make teams out there. So, he got a little exposed, Parrott.
Pick somebody up a little bit.
Yeah, he can't play tackle. He can play guard, maybe. I mean, you got Bredesen, Glowinski, Usudu. Those are your guards.
You put two hands on his shoulder pads and pushed him, and he went back 3 yards.
You can't let that happen. Yeah, Evan, you can't let that happen. When you're an offensive lineman, you better punch him quick. You better punch.
I play offensive line.
And you know what I'm talking about. The defender gets his hands on you, it's over. And Parrott is just not physical enough. He's just not.
I like that. Even though that was almost a touchdown, I like that play. They set fucking Belton right up the middle, and he he went right in between the fucking gardens. That's a good play. That's a really good play.
Because think about it, they're probably gonna have Pinnock. It's gonna be him,
and that was a good play.
Pinnock, Belton, McKinney, and the other guy. There's one other guy, McCain.
I know you said Flott didn't play well, but he did break that.
He did play, but he got hurt.
I see that he played that.
He got burned though. Flock got burned a couple of times though, on like routes. On out routes, he got killed. He was killed. That's where he really struggled. Holmes looked a little better. Pinnock looked good.
They both got beat bad.
Yep. Especially on the out routes. Especially Holmes.
That's what bothered me because right there, that pissed me off because Lemieux, he didn't play that well.
No, he did not.
No, it's when DeVito got tackled.
Yep.
This is the 95 yards running back. Okay.
Yeah. He was. The coverage was awful.
Well, the one right before that, when they were on, when the Giants had the ball, he went inside to assist the center.
And you
When
didn't
the
need
center
to.
had him,
Yeah,
you need to bounce to the outside.
that was the
Like
problem with him, and Glowinski did that a lot last year. For some odd reason, he would do that. Help when you don't need help, or not double team the right way. Like, yeah, they got some. There's depth. What guard wise
any
is really their big
any
concern.
team that runs a full wide
Yep.
is gonna crush us this year if we play like this.
Well,
That's good
I,
pressure. That's
I
real
I
good pressure.
I would like to see the starting offensive line. I'd like to see what their starter unit's going to be.
Yeah, because
Like I'd like to see a couple of series, with Neal in there, with Bredesen and Glowinski in there, or Ozudu at left guard and Thomas, and see how they play a couple of series.
the Giants signed Teddy Bridgewater, or not the Giants, the Lions signed Teddy Bridgewater.
It's actually a smart signing for them. For a backup, that's a smart signing.
I
That makes
guess
sense.
which call's not gonna make it then.
What's his name? Who's the other guy they have?
Well, it's gonna be Golf and Henron Hooker.
Oh yeah, that's right. But is Hendon Hooker ready? His injury.
Oh yeah, his leg's not done yet.
Didn't he like have a serious like a knee injury or something? So he may
ACL.
not be ready. He may be on the practice squad to start because he's not going to be ready to for a while. I think
Yeah,
at
he's
least
not gonna
not
be
to
ready.
start the season. It's been what? Not even 6 months.
Yeah, about
I
that.
don't know. When did he get hurt? Did he get hurt in a bowl game or did he get hurt in December or November? It's been, but still, I don't think he's going to be ready.
You know, like
They,
I'm watching.
yeah, Hooker must not. They must know that
Oh,
Hooker's not going
dude,
to be ready
that
for longer than they thought.
Cunningham's cut. Cunningham's cut. That
He was
dude,
bad.
he
Cunningham was
sped right
bad.
past him.
Cunningham would look bad. Hey, he looked bad. Zudu looked bad on some plays, but he was good on others. Mitz looked solid, but their backup tackles
Corbin,
did not look good. Cunningham didn't look good. Parrott didn't look good. Uh,
Corbin.
Trey Phillips didn't play.
Yeah,
Neal didn't play. Concussion. So they definitely struggled offensive line wise. But that worries me. What if someone gets hurt and they're missing a
I
cog
do
and
like
then
Trey
they
Phillips. I think
struggle?
Trey Phillips is not bad.
Trey Phillips did as last year he did well in place of Thomas or Neal, but he had to
So
play for
I'm not worried
Thomas a
about.
couple games too, and he did well. Phillips didn't do bad, but he didn't play. Glowinski didn't play. Um, Neal was
Okay,
out.
Fort Wheaton, you're a little too big to be thrown. That pass is on the V though, right there, because he threw it over the center instead of putting it up where he can get it. He tried to put it in his chest, and that's I ain't gonna lie, he got there a little early. Hayes got there a little too early.
Fort Wheaton has DeVito throwing. If he has Jones throwing him, maybe it's different. Maybe Jones
Yeah,
puts it up for him and puts him in the right because he's like 6'3", 6'4". He'll have to show a little more, but
yeah.
Colin
Henron
Johnson,
Hooker.
Colin Johnson's not going to make it again. He was the guy everyone was hoping he would make it, but you could tell early
Really?
on that Beasley's going to be a guy they're going to keep with
I think
no
anybody
question
they
about
took
it.
out early, they already like they took Schmitz out early. They
You know who
took.
didn't look? He also didn't look good. Zimenez didn't look very good.
I'm tired of Jimenez. I'm tired of that fucking
He
project.
got
Really.
he got he got pushed around the run game, like just out physical. He just hasn't
I'm
been what he was like a fourth round pick that Gettleman picked, and
yeah.
he just hasn't come to fruition.
That's
I
going from
don't know
Georgia,
about
right?
him. I'd rather have Tamon Fox and Ward,
Yeah.
Jahad Ward. You have those two
I
guys
would
as
take
depth
Joe
guys.
Ward. He reminds him and Tate Crowder were like the
I like
biggest up.
I liked him.
I didn't.
Ward I like because he's solid versus the run. And I think he's an all around good player, and he knows Wink's defense.
Sills
Jahad
he's
Ward I don't
gone.
mind.
Sills is gone. You know what I heard though?
Sills is gone. Pimpleton is gone. Jeff Smith is probably gone. You already know
Oh,
what your
Johnson.
receiver is going to be. It's going to be Hodgins, Slayton, Hyatt, Beasley, Shepard,
Yeah.
uh, Paris Campbell. And then you got like Crowder and Colin Johnson and Ford
Crowder didn't play
Wheaton.
either.
Crowder didn't play, but he's looked good.
Jeff didn't play. You know
Shepard.
what? I was looking at
Yeah,
this now.
Brandel Robinson who's coming back. So they're gonna, some of those guys are getting cut, without a doubt.
Yeah, I believe in it. You know what? I do believe in it.
You gotta think about it. Sills ain't gonna make it. You know, Beasley is a guy that's going to take a spot of. There's 2 or 3 guys you just don't need anymore because of him.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, Colin Johnson got hurt. If he misses a whole week again, he's done. He won't be a Giant.
Listen, I'm about to watch his Golden State expectations on Daniel Jones. It was just as he was on the herd today. He was talking about Daniel Jones. I'm gonna listen to that after we're done with this. But like I said, you know the biggest thing is going to be Darren Waller, Saquon Barkley, Daniel Jones' legs,
Yep.
and Hyatt.
Hyatt. And also, I think Beasley is going to be a real important part. I think it's going to be more important than people think.
Imagine if they do a four vert, like a four wide spread, right?
Well, who do you cover? Slayton's got
My,
speed. Hyatt's got
my
speed.
you put all of them with fucking speed on there. Oh
Campbell's
my!
got speed. Beasley does. And you have Waller. And Waller. Like, a lot of speed. Lot of threats that teams are going to
Imagine
think about.
you put two on deep post over the center, and then put a post route in the on the slide. Dude, you're gonna pull so many corners out of spot on that. Like,
But also think about having Barkley in the backfield. Say he's having one of those games where he's really running well. The defense has to go, well, are we going to go all out for Barkley? You go out, you
and
blitz, and
then
something that Waller's going to be wide open in the middle of the field.
say they do cover, they put two men on each receiver, right? That's what? Okay, 8 people. You got to put an extra guy on Barkley. That's 9.
Yeah. Who do you
Who's
cover?
going to get the, who's covering Daniel Jones from sprinting and running?
That's what I mean. It gives having
So
Hyatt, having Paris Campbell, having Beasley, having Waller, and with Barkley changes the whole dynamic. It's totally different from last year.
the thing
Last year
is,
we had no receivers that scared anybody. Well, Waller is a weapon that scares you. Same with Hyatt getting over the top. You have to worry about and count for that speed now. He's a
I
rookie.
know
You
you
have to
said,
count for it.
I know you were telling me don't listen to all the people, but remember last week here somebody was like, "Well, they didn't do nothing to the offense, but Darren Waller." I'm like, "What are you
I
talking
think
about?
they
They
did.
went and
I
got,
think they did enough.
they
I think
got
compared to last year, it's night and day.
it's very nice. They got Hyatt, not just Darren Waller, but Hyatt, Waller. You got Cole Beasley on a cheap
Who's
contract.
proven? Beasley's proven. He's a
Harris
solid player.
Campbell,
I trust him.
Paris Campbell, who's a solid player.
Slayton
Jamison
still.
Crowder. Jamison Crowder was a hot prospect 2 years ago. He just had a couple off years with the Jets of all people. What do you expect? Like we
You
got
still got Slayton. You still got Hodgins. Got
Wandale
Bellinger, who's not
Robinson.
bad. Wendell Robinson's coming back.
Like this is like
It's
we have
much
a lot of
better.
people. Much better. Yeah, exactly. It's much
Well, at
better.
least Paris Campbell's a legitimate starter. Beasley's a legitimate starter. Hodgins is now a legitimate starter. I think Waller is. Last
And
year wasn't like that.
I'll say this: if the Giants start out hot, I'm not gonna
I
say
hope
I'm not
so.
saying they are, but if they start out like 6-2, 7-1, I guarantee before that bye period, Saquon has a new contract, and he's gonna be a lot more team friendly with it if he sees that this team is capable of going to a championship or it's
It was nice
capable
to
of
lock
making
him
the
up
deep
long
plays.
term for a reasonable contract, without a
Like
doubt.
if he did like 3 years, 45 million,
Yeah, it's
that'd
15
be
a year.
solid. That it's a
Probably do it for
solid.
less than 15 if you throw in enough guaranteed.
If you do 30, 34 guaranteed, you'd be fine.
Yeah.
and then have a 4th-year option to it, just in case
Yeah.
you want to split off those last 2 payments into 4.
The only thing with Barkley is I don't want him having 390 something touches again. I think that he's not going to have to be 40% of the offense this time. Waller, Hyatt, Hodgins, they're going to eat up more of your offense. They're going to be more balanced.
Another thing too is if we do a double running back out of the
Well,
shotgun,
Grant Barkley out of the backfield.
no Robinson, because Robinson's a scat back like Barkley is. He's a receiving running back.
Well, is he going to
Not
make it over
all
Breida? And is he going to make it over Gray? And is he going to make it over Brightwell?
Rita and Brightwell do not play like Barkley does.
No,
They're total.
of course not.
No, not even the similar. They're actually running backs.
Yeah,
James Robinson is a hybrid running back. He can catch and run the ball.
it's good
He did a
depth.
lot of. He runs that ball. Or he's a 1,000-yard rusher, but also he had over 400 or 500 yards that season
Yeah.
on catching. So imagine doing a split back with those two. Oh my
I,
god! Like
what I like
salivating.
is that Jones is in the second year of the offense. You have Slayton, everyone else. Waller's learning the offense. Hyatt is, Paris Campbell, all of them, but they have way more options weapon wise. Last year it was if you try to force feed it to Barkley, they'll look Barkley shut him down. They won't do well. They tried that.
Yeah.
When they're balanced, when you add the dynamic of Jones's running with Barkley, with Waller, with Hyatt, with all the different weapons they have now, it gives them a lot of options offensively. It
Can you
makes
imagine
teams
if
think.
they? Can you imagine? I mean to cut you off, but Can you imagine if they ran like a West Virginia?
West
You hear me?
Virginia, what? Yeah, I hear.
Like an old school like West Virginia, like Texas style option with 2 running backs and a quarterback that can run like him.
Well, they started doing that last year. I think that you're going to have some sort of speed option or uh, pass option where you can either hand it off or pass it. They
And you
might
know what's gonna
expand
do
upon
if
that a
you
little
make them
more.
pay? Like have Barkley on the right, fake the handoff to him, have Robinson follow Jones out to the right, stop it, making it into a post pass with fucking Darren Waller. Like it's so many options that are going to be so good because you can't
That's the
stop
relief.
everybody on the defense.
Yeah, so that's what it is. Like I would like to see. They're going to have like a dry run at some point. The starting offensive unit, whatever they think it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be this game or a third game. At a certain point, they're going to have a dry run. I'd like to see how they just do in general, even though everything's vanilla in the preseason.
I know week 1 is going to be a war. It's going to be a big war.
Yep,
Dallas Giants. It can come out either way. But from 2 to that Buffalo game in week 4, or I'm sorry, week 5 or 6,
yep.
I can say they can go on a big ass run of beating up on opponents.
I hope so.
Like
I just want to win.
I don't just want to win. I'm tired of these. Oh, they won 17 points. I want wins out like 31 to fucking 10. Like I want them to start blowing teams out because then the NFL's gonna have to take notice of what this is. You can't call it luck when you're winning by more than 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, I'm gonna do one sponsor and a schedule, and then we'll finish up. All right.
Uh,
One error hurt. 1, 2, 3. Attorney Big Al, Jason Fine. If you ever a motor vehicle accident, slip and fall, workman's compensation, personal injury claims, give Jason Fine a call. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, on 267-888-2980. Cherry Hill, New Jersey, 856-209-5258. And Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania area, 412-365-8151. Ever need legal help, legal trouble, give 1-800-HURT 123 a call, Jason Fine, and he will help you out of your troubles. And also our schedule, we had Joystick Junkies today, Sully Squad is Big Blue Power Hour. Commander Gridiron tomorrow at 6:30. Extra innings at 8:30. Wednesday, the Bat Cave. Also, College Football Frenzy returning this week with Paul, and he's also having a guest, Bill Furman, I think is his name. So they're going to talk about college football. College football right around the bend. Fuji's Philly Flair at 7 p.m. Friday. Atomic Drop. Irish postgame and pregame coming up soon. Vegas Sports Team Saturday. Then pregame, postgame for Giants, Cowboys, and Eagles. NCS Roundtable. We got everything for everybody. So, check us out at Out of the Box Sports. So, anything else you would like to say about the second week of training camp and the preseason game?
Yeah, we'll be back next week with the second game, hopefully, and more to dissect. Thank you guys for joining. The Big Blue Power Hour. I'm Big Ev, or the Big Evster.
I'm Danny. Go Giants, go Big Blue, and let's go through another week with minimal injuries, unscathed. Go Giants.
Yeah.
See you all next week.